Hey YouTubers, Neil with Neil's Coins. I got some Indian head penny set to show you. Um, there's a lot of Indian heads to show you. It's in this capital holder. The reflection's probably going to be pretty bad with my lighting, so please just bear with me. I'm going to try to go through these things. This is probably the best set I've seen in a long time. There is two coins that has been cleaned. They need to be replaced. Uh, for the most part, all the liberties are is visible on the coins, except for the 73 is probably the weakest one. Then down here in the 90s, like the 91 and the 97 are AU. So you got a pretty good variety. And yes, the 77 is in there and the 09S. Um, for the most part, all these are, I want to say, fine to very fine, with the occasional AUs, extra fine and AUs down here, and two clean ones. I'm going to try to do, excuse me, I'm going to try to show these as best as I can. They do have the three flying eagles up here. It don't have a 56. I couldn't afford one even if I could find one. Um, this set, before I get started, this set is, these coins have been in this capital holder since 1981. I have the paperwork. This guy inherited this through a relative. It come through a um, attorney's office in Gainesville, Georgia, and it was mailed September of 81. So let's get started. I hope my phone cooperates. I may have to do some freehand here. You can see the flying eagle sense. There's that glare I was talking about. $57. These coins do get spun around in these sets over the years. The 1859 coin, full Liberty, is spun around. That one's upside down. That's 60. And it is the pointed chest. That one is. It's just a variety. 61, you can see Liberty. 62 is Liberty. 63, you can really see the Liberty. You can see the Liberty on the 4. Now there's three 64s on here. The first one is a different composition, and they call them, they're a little bit thicker. Just a term everybody uses, a fatty. 59 through early 64 coins, they prefer call them fatty Indians because they're a little bit thicker. Sorry about the camera work here. 64 went to a different composition coin too, and then they had, you see it's got full Liberty. No L, and then this one's upside down. Sorry about the lighting, but it does have the L on the ribbon in the hair. If you don't know what that is, just please look it up. It's going to be very difficult for me to do this. and my phone's not wanting to focus in. 65 is full liberty. I should be able to set this down now. 66. Let's see if I can zoom in on some of these a little bit closer. 66, you can see the liberty. 7. 68 is turn. Let me see the liberty on it. 69's there's actually something on the holder. All those white specks are inside. They're not on the coin. They're just floating around in there. You see liberty there. Now the 70 coin has been rubbed a little bit. And the 78, excuse me. 70 should be okay. I'm kind of iffy on the condition on that. 71, the liberty on it's a little bit weaker. 72, liberty's just a little weaker. And then the 73, like I mentioned earlier, is probably the weakest one. You can see it. Let me do some camera. You can see it at the end of the headdress. And a little bit you can see the L. Sorry about the camera work. Just bear with me. 74, you can see the liberty. 75 is flipped around, but you can see liberty there. 76, and then the key date is next. Let's see if I can get my lighting a little bit better here. There's a scratch on the holder that's not on the coin. You can see liberty very well. That is a very, very nice coin overall. There's several different ways. Let me find my pointer here if I can find my little toothpick that I have to point with. You can see all the liberty, but it's soft here. And another way you can tell that these things are real, one of the ways, there's another way on the reverse. I'll get it to you at the end of the video. But see how this second 7 looks lower compared to that one? That's another way you can tell if it's real or not. This one coin by itself, I'm calling a fine 15, somewhere in that area. To, very 5 and 20. This one coin's probably, it's over $1,000 for this one. 78, full liberty. 79, like again, there's full liberty. The holder's a little off. And then 80, you got a full liberty. This coin here is a little darker, 81. Full liberty. Now, when in the 80s, the values drop tremendously. Even in a good shape, like this one's, like it's 82, is approaching extra fine. 83. Looks like 84 is upside down, full liberty. 85. 87. 88. On 88, there's a major variety on the 88s, and please, you can see all the scratches on the holder. But on the 88s, y'all need to look for the 8/7. If you find one, what you're looking for is a little tail of the 7 under the 8 and a little bit of the upper part of the 7 protruding on the top left hand side. You can go to different varieties websites to see it. Minimum in like a good 4, if you have a 7/8, you're talking $3,000 in the worst grade possible, other than a poor one. But that's a very, very expensive variety on your 88. So if you got a bunch of 88s, see if you can see a 7 under that 8. I thought we had it right there. You could see a little bit, but that is not the variety. All right, moving on. 89. Oh, look at that light. All right, let's go with the 90. Liberty on it. Now, this 91, you can see some of the mint luster in the background. This coin is probably going to be extra fine or to AU. Maybe a low AU, like a 53. You won't know unless you send them off to be graded. The scratches on the holder's back. 92 is a little bit a harder date. 93, 94, full Liberty on the 95, Liberty on the 96. Now this 97 is the same way. You can see mint luster coming through that coin. Probably going to be a high extra fine on that one also. $1,900. 02. The early 1900 coins need to be near perfect to get any real money out of them. 1905. All right, last row. 06. 7. 08. That's pretty nice 08 just to be, there again, something's in the holder. Now this coin's been clean. Sadly, it's the San Francisco mint. It has an S mint mark on the back. I'm going to do the backs here in a minute. I'm not going to go through every one of them. Real nice coin, but somebody's dipped it or cleaned it or something. 09's really nice. It's a high AU. Now another key date. The lowest mintage of all Indian heads. The 1909S. Liberty is visible. It's not as sharp as I would have hoped for. This coin in this condition is in the $400 range by itself. Now let's look at the mint marks. I'm going to flip this thing over. I'm going to turn this thing a little bit better. Now this is the 1909S here. Sorry about the glare. Let's get rid of that. And then the clean one had a S mark, mint mark too. Find it off camera here. Let me Let me get out of it here a minute. Okay, I knew what I did. All right. There's the S. Here's the clean one. And it has a S mint mark also. Looks good. Now, I told you earlier about the way you can tell the 77s are real by let me see, I've lost it again. It's hard to tell which one's which. On the back of a coin, why am I having so much difficulty today? Just bear with me, guys. Alright, this coin right here is the 77. And you can't quite see it. In person. Let me look at it real quick off camera and see if it's even more. Noticing. Now it's going to be hard to see, but on the 77s, 1877 that is, come on and focus. The N in 1 is weak. It's a little bit weak in this area right here and here. Lower grade coins, you can notice it more. I'm going to zoom in. But you can see how the strike don't follow through. This is very common on the 77, 1877, where if you look to your right, here, you can see the full extension of the N coming down where you don't see it so much here. It's another way to tell if these things are legit. Anyway, overall, a very nice set. Still torn on getting this thing graded, or breaking them out, or even just breaking them out and putting them in a Dansko album. This one I'll have to replace for sure. This one I will have to replace for sure. This coin's probably under $100 to replace, to $200, somewhere around that. I imagine it's for a nice one's going to be $100, $110. This coin here, though, it's probably the same in a good grade, maybe a little less. Some of these earlier ones with the full Liberty, the L, they're all over $100 a piece. In that range, 100, maybe a little lower, a little higher. The 73, 72 is hard, 69 hard to get. Of course, the 77's the key date. All the 80s are real easy to come by. You know, I said these are in the 100, some of these are in the $100 range, where when you get into the 1900s, these are only in the $15 to $25 range in this grade. You know, don't get me wrong, there's maybe one or two of them that'll bring more than that, but that just gives you kind of an idea. 74 is a tougher one. Anyway, this video is going on 20 minutes long. I'm going to end it right here. If you like this set, if you like Indian head pennies, I think this is my first video on a full set of Indians. I think I've done several single coins, graded ones. But if you like it, please hit the like button. Please share it. Give me any kind of comment you want. Throw me a question, and I'll see you next time.